Alright, hoping you guys can hear me over the wind today. We're going to check out the Cyelee Wolf Pro and Wolf X Pro today. Before we get started, link in the description to both these optics if you want to check them out. I've also previously tested the Wolf 2 and the original Wolf O. Put a link in the description to not only the review videos of those if you would like to check those out, but also links for the products themselves. So these are RMR, the Trijicon RMR SRO 407C, 507C Holosun footprint. So they're RMR pistol red dots. It'll fit a lot of other guns too, as long as you have the correct adapter plate. Some guns come with them, some guns you have to buy it separate. But these are for that RMR footprint. So real quick on the stats, you get a 3 MOA dot, except for on the Wolf X Pro, it's a 2 MOA dot, or you have a choice of a circle reticle or a circle dot reticle, which we'll go over and show in a second. Up to 50,000 hour battery life on these. These both have the side load batteries, so you don't have to dismount the optic to change your battery, lose zero, anything like that. It's got 10 different brightness settings, 2 of which are not visible to the naked eye. They're for night vision. So you can actually use these with night vision goggles or what have you without going blind. 24 by 17 millimeter window on both. They both have shake awake and standby. However, the X Pro here, both of them, they have lockout modes. So you can completely lock out the ability to touch the button and have it do anything. So if you know you're about to go into some real combat type stuff, there's a sequence you can do with the buttons to put it in lockout. That way you don't accidentally bump the up and down or anything like that, or accidentally shut it off. You can put it in lockout mode to where it will stay on until you do the button sequence again to tell it to allow you to be able to manually control it again,
or to allow the standby idle shut off to work again.
They're IPX7 waterproof. You got a temperature rating of negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've seen where people throw these in fish tanks and buckets of water and threw them in the freezer and everything, and they still work. I've seen some torture tests as well, and they survive pretty well. Unlimited eye relief on these, so it doesn't matter whether it's real close to your face or clear out here. You're going to be able to see it no matter what. And these all have the oversized hood. Sticks out past the glass. Better protection that way. Also protects from glare, which the glass itself is glare resistant, scratch resistant as it is, but also with that sticking out further, you can use the hood to rack the pistol if you have to in an emergency situation, like if your other hand gets shot off, so you can rack it on a table or a hard edge or whatever. So both these are pretty low profile as well, pretty skinny on the back as you can see there, and they do have that rear notch, so they're going to be able to co-witness with most factory sights, all but the absolute lowest of sights.
If your slide has a recessed optics cut.
The regular Wolf Pro, it's got a thicker hood than the original Wolf O does, and the Wolf X Pro has a thicker yet hood. It's even stronger than the Wolf Pro for better durability and drop resistance. So that's the major difference between the Wolf X Pro and the Wolf Pro, is you get a little bit thicker hood still for even more protection. You get a 2 MOA dot instead of 3 MOA, plus you have the interchangeable dots. You can change it from that circle reticle, like I said, or circle with a dot in the center. And then also on the Wolf X Pro, your windage and elevation adjustments, sorry, that one's on the gun. I should put this over here. I don't know why I've got them mixed up. The X Pro is mounted up on the TX22 here. These will give you nice tactile audible click feedback, unlike the other models, so that's a nice upgrade there as well. Come with these little rubber covers, which I think are really nice. They fit nice and snug. Okay, and then you got the little tab wing here on the front where you can just, it's hard to do because I'm recording, but I gotta like hold it with my elbow. Anyways, you can hold the gun in one hand and then easily just yank it off by this tab here, but they do fit pretty snug on these newer ones. That way they're not accidentally falling off on you or anything like that.
Also, that little loop will allow you to like put it on your keychain if you're worrying about losing it.
And most importantly, I think lifetime warranty on all of their optics. So these always look way better in person than they do on camera, and I'm probably gonna have to take some still shots for you guys, and it's still not gonna look great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take photographs because it'll never focus while I'm recording. But I mean, we're full sun right now, and as you can see the dot there, plenty easy. Wow, I wish this thing would focus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get still frame shots for you guys. But I have no problem seeing that even against a bright white background, and that goes for all their models, guys, not only the Wolf O's, But I got a bunch of other ones in here too I've been reviewing. And they all have plenty of brightness for daytime, full sun, even against bright targets like that. Then on the Wolf X Pro, there's no point showing you the dot. The dot is a dot, so it is just ever so slightly smaller because it's 2 MOA instead of 3 MOA. And I'm in all kinds of uncomfortable positions here trying to get these photographs for you guys. But currently I have it on the ring. There, you can kind of see it down there. But I'm going to get you guys a better picture of that here. And then the ring with the dot in the center, which is going to be real difficult to show you guys. Yep. There we go. Hey, that looks pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty good for camera. It looks fantastic in person. It's super clear, crisp. It looks red, not pinkish like it does there. Super sharp lines. The camera just does not do it justice at all. Alright, so we'll get started shooting here, but I'll only be able to shoot this Wolf X Pro, the one I just showed you with the multiple reticles there. You always want to put thread lock on these screws because with the slide slamming back and forth, they will work loose and then your red dot will fly off in your face. I've had it happen. So I will just run with the Wolf X Pro, but I showed you both there and went over the specs for both, but I'm going to run her with that because I already had a Loctite put on it last night, so it should be good to go. It's literally impossible for me to switch between one and the other in the same video on the same day because not enough time for the Loctite to set up. But if I can get this target to stand for more than 5 seconds without the wind blowing it over, I'm going to work on getting this thing zeroed, see where she's hitting, make the necessary adjustments, get her zeroed, play around with some of these targets. I'm poor, so I am shooting with my 22 today. However, a lot of people don't understand the slide velocity, how fast it slams back and forth is about the same on a 22 as a 9mm. So there's actually no real difference. You might think you're putting the red dot through more stress to run it through a 9mm 40-45, but that's not necessarily the case because those have more recoil, therefore they have stiffer springs, so the slide velocity ends up being actually very similar between 22, 9, 40, and 45. So putting 1,000 rounds through 22 with the red dot on there is about the same as putting 1,000 rounds through a 9mm. It's going to beat it up just about the same. On that note, I can tell you it's been a little over a year with the original Wolfo here. This thing allows me to get 100-yard shots with this super freaking easy. I got a short, less than a minute long, one of the shorts, 13 out of 13 hits, not a single miss at 100 yards. That's how nice and fine those 3 MOA dots are. And on the Wolf X Pro, you get 2 MOA dot plus the other reticles if you want to switch it up. I've got like 4,000 or 5,000 rounds through the original Wolfo there without a single issue. It's even still on the original battery and it's still bright enough to see in broad daylight like this. So I'm really impressed with their optics. All right, we'll just start out about 6 or 7 yards here and see where it's hitting, see what adjustments I need to make. Well, I think that was a little closer than 7 yards, probably about 4 or 5. Trying to stay in frame there. So I was aiming dead center in that red oval in the middle, and so it looks like it's about lined up left and right, but we're just low, so I need to come up some. Now, before I do that, I'm actually going to shoot from back here, a little further back. This will be 7 or 8 yards from back here. Alright, yep, same spot. Alright, so I meant to show you guys this too. So there's your box, which you already kind of saw. They got some quick little instructions there on the back. But here's what she comes with inside, if this would ever drop out. So you get your instructions here. Okay. Nice collar, legible instructions. Some quick reference cards here. Little sticker, Cyelee sticker, screen wipe. There's your tools there. I'm going to need that to make my adjustment. They all come with a little silicone pack. And then all your mounting hardware, which these always come with a ton of screws, guys, in different sizes, different thread pitches, different lengths of the same thread pitches as well. I've never had a problem getting mounted up on something that the footprint's actually meant for. So it is still possible. You might still need slightly different screws than what it comes with, but these come with a bunch, so usually they're going to have what you need. If not, your optics ready pistol will likely come with whatever you need. So that's another feature I've always really liked about their optics, is they give you a ton of different screws there to give you the best chance possible with what they can include in the box. So that's going to mount up to whatever you're trying to mount it up to. So let's see how well these click. I need to go up. Oh, let's see. This should have came with a little screwdriver. I think I misplaced it. No, there it is. I didn't get it out. I like this little screwdriver they give you with them. I think it fits in there. Yep. All right, let's see if she clicks. Okay, it's very subtle. I can hear it though. Try not to get you too up close to my gross fingernail there. See, hoping you can hear the clicks. I can, no problem, but it might be hard on camera. So I am hearing some clicks in there. So I gave it a few clicks up there. Let's see where she's hitting now. All right, those are very subtle clicks, so I got to give it quite a bit more. I mean, plus this is an extremely close range. We're at like 7 yards, so, you know, if you're shooting 25, 50 yards, those little clicks are going to move it a lot more, but this close, it's barely going to move it. All right, let's try that. I might be too high now. All right, I think I'm good to go. All right, so being 22 long rifle, it's not going to knock most of these over. It's also not going to make a very loud sound when it hits. Some of them I can get to knock over with a rapid fire. I'll probably bring my gong down here. You hear that dinging real nice and good, but some of those back bowling pins and whatnot, if I go up close enough and rapid fire to where I get 2 or 3 shots on them, it pretty much in a second or less I can get them to knock over. So we'll do some of that as well. Again, some of those just too stubborn with 22. I could see some of them rocking, hit them over and over, and they still wouldn't fall. I got my 16-inch gong up there on the hill. Rangefinder says it's 20.7 yards. Gonna zoom you guys in on these. Try to hit the tippy tops of them. Maybe some of them will fall. I just want to point out, the tops of those are like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches wide. And that's 15 yards to that back row there. And I'm hitting them no problem. Go measure them real quick. I mean, I flung a few off to the side because I'm not really like taking my time, but I could probably hit it. Hey, about 2.25 there. Could probably hit it about every time if I actually took my time and get a good release on the trigger. 15 yards. All right, let's see if we still held 0. And like I said earlier in the video, slide velocity on a 22 is about the same as a 9mm or 45 because those have stiffer springs. So not really much difference as far as, you know, a thorough test. 22 long rifle compared to 9mm, but let's check 0 now. I'm going to go for that bottom dot now. Of course, my barrel's a little warm now. Well, other than me pulling a few shots there, she's still zeroed. Let me put a few more in it.
It may not look like it, but if you pay close enough attention, all 3 of those groups do average slightly off to the right side. If you count the shots on the left, there are far less on the left side of that line as there are on the right side of the line. So I still need to tweak it a little bit to the left, but all 3 of them were slightly off to the right there, so she's still zeroed.
Yeah, I love these optics, guys. These things are freaking amazing, especially for the price. You know, lifetime warranty, amazing features for the price. All of mine have been super reliable. I'm not going to sit here and repeat myself, things I already said in the video. Go back and watch if you want to know all the features, if you skip to the end, and my experience with the other models as well. But yeah, I love these things, and here's another great one today. Super bright light, holds zeros no problem, even shooting it like a, yeah, that word that YouTube doesn't like. Daytime bright. Like I said, I've seen people throw these in buckets of water for like hours, throw them in the freezer, and they still work. Drag them behind their bicycle or against the concrete to where they've been all chewed up and they still work. So these things are excellent. Again, link in the description to the Wolf Pro and the Wolf X Pro, which is what we had mounted up all day. There's your Wolf Pro. Again, go back to the beginning if you missed all the feature differences between those and the regular Wolves. But I'll throw up links to the original review video of the Wolf O and the Wolf 2 linked in the description. Product links for the Wolf X Pro here and the Wolf Pro. As I said, I've tested a lot of other Cyelee red dot pistols, pistol red dots rather, some that weren't mentioned here. Got them all in the box here, and I got some others coming up as well. So for all that kind of stuff, check out the parts, accessories, and optics playlist on the channel for all those red dot tests. I got scopes in there and all kinds of stuff. Any other products you see me use in my videos linked in the description as well, like my target stand there, paper targets I use, earmuffs, safety glasses, rangefinder, and more. Links in the description for all that. Thanks for watching as always, and I hope to catch you on the next one.